Yeah, this is Golden Hoops doing this Q&A. Let's get this thing going. How in the actual fuck are you so good? I don't know. I don't see myself as being that good. I don't really think I have talent. I just think it's hard work, really. People text me on Instagram every day asking how do you get views, how do you get subs, how do you get recognition from NBA players. Then they all want the overnight success, but it takes a lot of hard work. I've been doing this for 6 years. You really have to work for what you want. Did NBA or someone inside the NBA contact you for making videos for them? They actually did. They contacted me a couple of months ago. And yeah, I'm actually a partner with NBA and Playmakers in connection with Broadband TV. So I actually work for them now, and I also make my own classic Golden Hoops videos. So in the future, you're going to see something I make for them. You're going to see something I made in connection with the NBA Playmakers, and other times you're going to see me just my edits. How did you get involved with RJ and Channing Frye? Just to get the proper background story, I didn't have any connection with them before the podcast, but when the Cleveland Cavaliers promoted the podcast on their website, I thought, like, why not check it out? And I listened to it, and I really liked their stories. And during one of the podcasts, RJ talked about this awesome story of how he viewed the block during Game 7 of the NBA Finals. When I listened to it, I was thinking, like, this needs to be put into a video. Like, there's no way that they're going to have these amazing gems of stories without having them in a video format. So I immediately I opened my laptop and I edited a video in like 3 hours or something. It's 1 minute long. You can watch it on YouTube. The next day when I watched the comments, it got some nice feedback, and I thought, why not just send it to RJ and hear what he had to say. And he really loved it, and we talked about making more videos in the future. And that's really how it happened. I contacted them through Instagram, and we just chatted, and I'm still talking with RJ and Channing and Ali Clifton and Rafa and all those guys almost on a day-to-day basis, really. So what got you into basketball? The short answer would be my father. He played when he was young, and he won the national championship in Denmark when he was 16 or 17 years old. And when he got me and I was 4 or 5 years old, he would take me to his games, and I would stand on the side of the court dribbling a basketball. So that's how I got into basketball. And when I got a little older, when I was a teen, he showed me my first NBA game, and I remember it was in 2008. It was a Christmas game with Boston playing the Los Angeles Lakers. And back then, I remember I fucking despised the Los Angeles Lakers. I wanted the Boston Celtics to win so badly. I don't really remember who won, but that's how I got into it. And during the 4 years from 2008 to 12, I was a huge Denver Nuggets fan. A huge fan. I remember when Kobe Bryant, he killed my Denver Nuggets squad in 2009 in the Western Conference Finals. It really broke my heart. I absolutely hated Kobe during that playoffs. How long have you been a LeBron fan, and what made you become one? I've been a LeBron fan since 2012. I remember making a video called From Rookie to Champion, and it was my first semi-viral video that I made. It got like 300,000 views in a month or something. And why did I become one? I think I was just tired of all the bullshit and all the hate and all the he's a villain type of comments. Like, I know he switched teams, and some butthurt fans really took that to heart, but I didn't really care. I just wanted to see him win. That's why I'm not a huge Jordan fan, is because his career was just so perfect. I don't really, like, I respect Jordan. I think he's the greatest, or just as good as LeBron, but just being so perfect, I think it's a little boring to admire that. I respect people who admire it, but I like LeBron's failures. I think it's fun and it's great for stories and editing. What is your top 5 all time? I don't really have an all time top 5. I would probably pick LeBron at the 1. And from the 1, I'm actually torn, because I don't really have. I actually only have LeBron as a number 1, and then falling at the number 2 would probably be a guy like Carmelo or someone from the Denver Nuggets squad, Kenneth Faried or something. I'll probably pick a guy like Melo or Faried and go from there. Maybe I would pick a guy like Scottie Pippen or something. I like his game. It kind of reminds me of LeBron, like everybody knows. They're kind of similar. I don't really have a top 5. I'm just going to make my top 3. LeBron, Melo and Pippen. Why did you decide to upload edited games content? Like I said, I started watching NBA during the 2008 and 9 season. Back then I really liked watching highlights and mixtapes, but I really wanted to put my own flair to the mixtapes. Not because I thought I could do better, I just wanted to make something different. I remember during the draft in 2011, the Denver Nuggets got Kenneth Faried, and I was a huge Denver Nuggets fan, like I said. And when they drafted him, I just wanted to make a video of him or a promo of him and the Denver Nuggets so badly that I opened my movie maker. I had no skills whatsoever, I just put some random stuff together and uploaded it. And it actually got like 200 views the first 24 hours. And I was so stoked. I remember checking the view count every fucking 5 minutes or so. And I had so much fun making them. Even though it was only on a Windows Movie Maker, I really enjoyed it. So that's how I started. And about how long does it take you? It can take from a minimum, I would say, 8 hours and up to 10 months, I would say, one year actually, making, if we're talking the Legacies videos. Why does it take long to make the Legacies? Because it's just hard work. Just making a 10-minute video can take forever. It can take weeks, if not months. Imagine making a 40 to 60 to 70-minute video. It's really tough. When I go through the video for 2 or 3 months, I kinda get lost in the story I'm making and how good it actually is. So sometimes when I release a longer video, I don't even know if you guys are going to like it. I have these folders and these hard drives where I keep all my LeBron stuff and Kobe stuff and footage for longer videos. I can use 3 to 5 weeks just looking for footage. I don't want to use the generic or the basic footage that you find on YouTube. So I sometimes look at DVDs and other websites than YouTube to find exclusive or some rare footage. Is there a player you want to make a highlight video for? I can't really think of anyone. Like, I don't really hate any player. Maybe Zaza Pachulia, but that's just because I don't really think he has that many highlights to work with. Is there one thing or maybe a couple that helped you become a great editor? The biggest advice I could give would to join a mix making forum. That helped me so much to decent. So after making videos for, I would say, 10 months, I became a member of Hoops Nation. These guys, they helped me so much. I remember a guy looked at some of my stuff and he saw that I had potential or had some talent. He taught me so much that I would have never learned myself, really. For 1 year I just listened to them and like I soaked it all up. So yeah, just learning from someone, getting some feedback. That's how I became a good editor. How long does it take you to create a video? I already answered that question. Yeah, from 8 hours to it depends really. If I find a good song and I'm really going with the flow, it can take a couple of days to make a video. But if I'm really trying to create the story, write the script and stuff, and really focusing on making the most perfect video I can make for you guys, it can take forever. When I made the King's Metamorphosis, which is 10 minutes long, I'm not lying, it took me 80 to 90 days making a 10-minute video. But it's a fun process and I really like it. As you can tell, I've made over 100 videos in 6 or 7 years. Where's the best place to find NBA clips? The best or easiest way would be NBA's YouTube page. But also guys like Simo Piatto or Free Dawkins or guys like GD Season Highlights. They also have amazing content and they upload every day almost. During the season they'll upload 10 times a day, 20 times a day. What is your favorite video you made? And why did you delete some of your videos? My favorite video would probably be the A King's Metamorphosis 1 and 2. I think the first one is better. It's really hard to make a sequel just as good as the original. But yeah, the A King's Metamorphosis I think is so awesome. And just think about all the time I put into making that video. Like I said, it took me 90 days or something like that, and it's only 14 minutes long. So I would pick that. I love the story of it. I love everything about it, actually. And why did I delete some of my videos? I don't know if it's confidential, but it's just something I had to do if I wanted to work with NBA playmakers and the broadband TV. It's not a big deal, actually. Most of my videos are still online, and I'm actually going to repost most of the videos that I removed. That's just how it is sometimes. Who are your favorite YouTubers? I don't really watch that much YouTube from famous celebrities or famous YouTubers. I kinda like Casey Neistat in the start. If I had to pick someone, I would probably say like Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports. But as of right now, I don't really have that many like YouTube creators that I watch. I don't know really, maybe some of those guys. I actually like watching food videos. I know that sounds strange, but I like Food Wishes and Matt Stoney and stuff like that. What do you use to edit your videos? I use Sony Vegas, and I use Magic Bullet Looks to make the color corrections and the effects, and then I use Lightroom to create my thumbnails. Favorite movie? My favorite movie would be Menace to Society. It's the first gangster movie I watched. And I'm also into old gangster movies like Goodfellas. I'm just really big on 90s movies. I don't really watch any new movies. I don't have a Netflix account or something like that. I just don't. I'm not really into movies. I feel like I waste my time watching movies. So, favorite song. I don't really have a favorite song, all-time favorite song, but something I listen to right now is 21 Savage. But all-time, if I had to pick one, I would probably pick something from either 50 Cent or Dr. Dre. Just something with 50. I would say he's my all-time greatest rap artist. What do you think about LeBron's future and the Cavaliers? I'm actually split. I don't really know what he's going to do. I hope he's going to stay, actually. I would like to see him end his career in a Cavs uniform. But it would also be pretty funny to watch him teach Lonzo and the young guns in La La Land. So I'd just like to see him win like 1 or 2 more championships. I don't really care where it is. I'm just a LeBron fan, so. Top 10 current and all time. I kinda already answered that. Maybe current. I like Westbrook. I like Derrick Rose, actually. I really like Derrick Rose. If you look at my channel, you're going to see that I've made about 10 videos of Derrick Rose. D-Rose. Westbrook, Rose, LeBron, of course. I kinda like Steph Curry. I don't really get all the hate. I like his game. I like his flair and stuff. And of course Kyrie Irving, even though he's a Boston Celtic right now, I still love his game. Someone like DeAndre Jordan, I really like him, and Melo also. If I had to pick a top 10, I would actually pick 10 players from the Cleveland Cavaliers roster right now. So it would be Tristan Thompson or J.R. Smith, Kay Felder. I actually like Kay Felder a lot, even though he's not playing at all. He's just different, so I like him. Will Derrick Rose be an all-star next year? I don't really think so. I like him. I hope he's going to do great. I hope he's going to average 15 to 20 points per game while Isaiah Thomas is out. I hope he's going to be an amazing leader with LeBron. An all-star? I don't know. I think it's going to be that's going to be a bit too much to expect that. I just hope he's going to do great. I don't really care about the all-stars. How old are you? I'm 22 years old. Who are you picking? Who are you picking for the Defensive Player of the Year and MVP? I would probably pick Kawhi Leonard or Draymond Green, just because I think a lot of people are going to vote for them because of their size and because of their charisma. People like a guy like Kawhi Leonard because he's quiet, and I think people like that. And I think people like Draymond Green just because he's so energetic. I know a lot of people dislike the guy, but also I think people really admire his hustle and energy. They're both like 6'8" or 6'7", and I think people really are drawn to those aspects. Why don't we do a collaboration? I would love to make collaborations, but it's very time consuming and it's very difficult to make a collaboration with someone from another country. You would have to talk over Twitter or Skype or something. It's harder than you think, even though I just made an awesome video with Maximilian. But yeah, I don't know, maybe in the future. All time, I don't really know. Like I said, Pippen, Melo, LeBron, maybe Rose. Who do you think won the Celtics-Cavs trade? If I have to be honest, I would say the Cleveland Cavaliers. Getting Isaiah Thomas, who's, I wouldn't say he's like Kyrie Irving on the offensive end, even though he averaged more points than Irving. Secondly, getting Jay Crowder is a huge bonus, getting him. He's such a great defensive player. He's only 20-something, 27 years old, 28. He's entering his prime. He's so motivated after losing his mother, I heard. Getting those two, getting a draft pick for next year that you can trade for a superstar, or not a superstar, you can trade for a great role player, or maybe even like a star player. I really think that the Cleveland won the trade. Your favorite NBA moment? The boring answer would be Game 7 of the finals last year, but I wouldn't call this a moment, but more like a month, I would say, of just watching the most epic NBA basketball would be during the 2009 playoffs, where the Denver Nuggets spanked the New Orleans Hornets. They played in New Orleans and won by 60 or 70 points. You had Melo, you had Kenyon Martin, you had J.R. Smith. I remember people calling them the Denver Thuggets because they were just so energetic and gangster and had the tattoos and they had Birdman. And then they got home and beat the crap out of the Dallas Mavericks. Melo hit an awesome game winner. Then they moved on to the third round and played the Los Angeles Lakers. Kobe, he was so cold-blooded, man. He was so freaking cold-blooded, and he killed my Denver Nuggets, basically. So this is a really good question. Who are your favorite mix makers right now? Of course I'm going to pick Maximilian. He's so freaking awesome. He's like the OG of mix making. I've always watched his stuff. I would pick a guy that's really not uploading anything and haven't for 3 years maybe. And he's called The Sick Is Here. And The Sick Is Here is my favorite mix maker of all time, without a question. He made a video, which many of you guys would remember, called Rise to the Throne, covering LeBron versus Jordan versus Kobe. And that video was so awesome. Actually, without that video, that would never have been any LeBron legacy videos at all. When he uploaded that video and got the applause or the comments that he got, I was so mad. I was so filled with jealousy. I sat down for, I don't know, 2 to 3 hours and think about what can I do, what can I make on this channel that's going to blow the socks away from guys watching my videos. I just really wanted to make a video that was going to get a lot of recognition, but also a video that was going to push me to become better. So from January 2013 till June 13, I just worked on the Legacy Part 1 almost every day. It really paid off. But yeah, getting back to the question, I would say yeah, Maximilian, The Sick Is Here, and Koos. I really like Koos' work. If you don't know him, check him out. Also Koos08, and yeah, that's my favorite 3 mix makers. I'm from the happiest country in the world. If you don't know where that is, check it out. Probably one of the greatest countries in the world. Yeah. It's a great country. Let's just say that. It's a great country. If you couldn't make money off YouTube, would you still make films? Of course. I love to edit, I love NBA, so of course. So how long have you been mixing, and what quality of a video do you think is most important? So yeah, I started the day when the Denver Nuggets, they got Kenneth Reed. It happened on June 23rd. So June 23rd, 2011, that's when I started, still going strong. What quality of the video do you think is the most important? It's always just going to be about storytelling. It's just about telling a beautiful story. And I know it's hard to do in a traditional mixtape, but if you're talking about mixing and making mini movies and stuff like that, it has to be the highest quality, has to be the story. If you can't tell a story, people are not going to watch it, people are not going to enjoy it. You have to find the red line, follow that till the end, and then you're going to build on that. Where do you rank Kyrie Irving amongst point guards? He's a top 10 player, of course, amongst the point guards. I may be biased after the trade. I don't really love him. I don't really like him that much anymore. Steph Curry, Westbrook. I wouldn't say Chris Paul is better than Kyrie Irving, not anymore. But yeah, you have Westbrook and Curry and John Wall, of course. And maybe Kyle Lowry. I don't know. I don't think Kyle Lowry. I would put him at a top 4. What's your opinion on LeVar Ball? I don't really care about LeVar Ball. He's just a reality star right now. It's just so easy to hate him that I don't really want to hate him, but I don't want to show him recognition. So I just ignore him, really. Some of the shit he's saying is so obviously fake, and he's just trying to get attention. That I like Lonzo Ball. What do you think about the next NBA season? Which teams will get to the finals? I'm really excited for next season just because of, obviously because of IT and Crowder and all those guys, Derrick Rose. But also, I'm really looking forward to watching the Timberwolves play. Really looking forward to watch Butler, Karl Anthony Towns and Wiggins playing together. Also a team like Philadelphia, I think they're going to be fun to watch. If they're going to play together, of course. They're all pretty injury prone, it looks like that. But and of course, just watching the West getting better, how is Kawhi Leonard going to respond after getting so close to beating the Golden State in Game 1 and then getting injured? I'm also going to looking forward to watching the Boston Celtics. They are getting Hayward, they have Horford, of course, you all guys know they got Kyrie Irving. So I also like the fact that Paul George, he's going to play with Westbrook in OKC. I think it's going to be fun to watch those explosive players play with each other. And lastly, like watching Lonzo Ball, how good is he going to be with all the hype? I think it's going to be fun watching him play. Which teams will get to the finals? I'm going to pick Golden State and Cleveland for the 4th time. How the fuck did you get your channel back? So if people don't know, YouTube blocked my videos 2 or 3 years ago. They basically terminated my channel because some hater or something reported my channel multiple times or with multiple accounts. I don't know. They just terminated my channel without even looking at it, just because they got so many reports. I actually made a second account 3 months after it was terminated, and then 10 months after I sent them a kind message just asking them please to look at what happened. Like I said, nothing happened, I didn't do anything wrong, and I just asked them to just give me my channel back, and they did after they answered me 2 days after apologizing, and they basically just gave me my channel back. So what's better, to get a ring or to become a Hall of Famer? If I had the choice, I would actually just go for the ring. I know there's been a huge debate about this, but I'm all about getting that ring. So I would say get a ring just because you play with a team who had great players, obviously, and you've played with a team with camaraderie. Becoming a Hall of Famer could be just being an old coach from some country in Europe or something. I would take the ring. Where do you see LeBron playing next season? I don't know, like I said. Maybe I think he's going to take his talents to La La Land and play alongside Lonzo Ball, and I don't really care that much. I just want him to win, so I don't know. And do you think that the Warriors have ruined the NBA? I don't think so. I think they made all the NBA teams have bulletin board material right now. Every single team wants to beat the Golden State Warriors. And a lot of NBA players despise the Golden State Warriors, and it's shown that the ratings are super high right now. And I think it's just motivating for a lot of teams. And last question, if you could remove all injuries from one player's career, who would it be? I would say a guy like Grant Hill. He was destined to be the next Michael Jordan. And LeBron, even before LeBron really learned how to play that well. So I would say Grant Hill. And secondly, I would love to see Derrick Rose healthy and being one of the best point guards, if not the best in the league right now. Do you like Cleveland only because of LeBron? Sure. I have no connection really to Cleveland other than LeBron. I don't have any connections to the town. I really only like it because of LeBron. So if he's switched to La La Land next year, I'm going to follow him, obviously. Where do you rank LeBron all time? For me, he's number one. If you look at the legacies and achievements, of course, a lot of people would pick Michael Jordan or Bill Russell. But if you only look at talent, I would actually pick LeBron as the number one. He's just so dynamic and hard to figure out. He's so big, he's so tall, he's so fast, he's so strong. He has one of the highest NBA IQs or basketball IQs ever. He can play all positions, he can shoot the three, he can play defense, and that's all the criteria for being a great player. And he's elite at all of those almost. So just looking at the basketball talent, I would pick him over Michael Jordan. But if you look at the legacy and the accomplishments, I would not pick him as the number one. I think Jordan have had a much more stable and much more epic career, of course. He really put NBA on the top of the mountain in the 90s. But basketball-wise, I would pick LeBron. Okay, so let's wrap it up. Thank you for all the questions. Thank you for watching all my stuff. Just thank you for really supporting me through all these years. It really means a lot. So yeah, thank you. And you're probably going to watch some of my stuff tomorrow or the next time I upload something. So see you.
I am a fan of Golden Hoops.